Solving a word problem using a system of linear equations of the form y equals mx plus b. Two pools are being filled with water. To start, the first pool contains 702 liters of water, and the second pool is empty. Water is being added to the first pool at the rate of 16.25 liters per minute. Water is being added to the second pool at a rate of 45.5 liters per minute. After how many minutes will the two pools have the same amount of water? So if you need to, imagine the situation or draw little sketches of the situation. Here's one pool. It already has some water in it. And here's another pool. It doesn't have water in it. And you're simply filling it up at different rates. The one that's empty is actually being filled up more. So you could put more drops of water here to indicate that there's more water going into that empty pool. The first thing you want to do in any word problem is to actually translate some of the words into mathematical symbols. Perhaps we could use a couple of variables. Why don't we let w sub 1, well, let's slow down a little bit. Why don't we use the English? How about the amount of water, in the first pool be w sub 1. Once you get that, we could easily figure out what another translation is going to be. Why don't we say the amount of water in the second pool be w sub 2. We also need one more thing. We need another variable. In fact, it's going to be called the independent variable. And that is the number of minutes. The number of minutes is going to be little m. Let's find the amount of water in the first pool. Let's go back and read the problem again. The first pool contains 702 liters of water. And water is being added to the first pool at a rate of 16.25 liters per minute. We're going to write w sub 1 of m is equal to, starts off with 702 liters of water, and then we're going to add, for every minute, we're going to add 16.25 liters. So there is the function for the amount of water in the first pool. In a similar manner, we can get the amount of water in the second pool. W sub 2 of m is equal to, remember this pool started off with empty amount, and now it's the water is increasing at 45.5 liters per minute. We need to answer this question. After how many minutes will the two pools have the same amount of water? In other words, same amount of water really asks us to look at this equation. W sub 1 of m is equal to w sub 2 of m. Why don't we do that? When the two amounts of water are identical, we get this equation. And of course, now we can solve for m. What is 45.5 minus 16.25? It is actually 29.25 m is now equal to 702. Divide the entire sides by 29.25, 29.25, and we should get m. Let's figure out what that is. Turns out to be a nice even 24. So we could say after 24 minutes, the two pools have the same amount of water. And we could circle that. Let's go to the second question. How much water will be in each pool when they have the same amount? So we just need to find either W1 or W2. I want to pick on W2. Let's pick on the function W sub 2. We need to evaluate W sub 2 at 24. We're going to go ahead and use function notation and look at this expression. That is simply 45.5 times 24. Feel free to use your handy dandy mathematical microwave called a calculator. And we get 1092. Now that's not 1092 gallons. Make sure you get your units right. Let's say each pool will have 1092 liters. And there you go.